Hi, I'm Rebecca Richards. I'm the Chief Academic Officer and one of the co-founders of Graduation Alliance. I'm here to talk about how Graduation Alliance is addressing the middle skills job gap. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Mike Rowe. You may recognize him from Dirty Jobs.
There are opportunities available, millions of them, in fact, and the problem seems to be that those opportunities don't get celebrated the same way the opportunities that come with a four-year degree get celebrated. This has been going on for decades, I think. There's a lot of bad advice out there, and kids hear the same steady message over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? A four-year degree is your best path to happiness, but maybe that's not true. In fact, it seems like the jobs that are available today, the really good jobs that can pay upwards of six figures, most of those require some kind of vocational background, right? And while that's a fact, we discourage a vocational background at the same time. So we're kind of disconnected from all of that, in my opinion. And it seems to me if we want to close the skills gap, we have to start valuing something in a different way. We have to start celebrating hard work and smart work at the same time. And we have to start looking at that space between blue collar and white collar as the gap into which all these jobs have fallen. We need to close that gap, and we need to start celebrating the opportunities that are available right now.
So as Mike rightly identified, we often talk about unemployment rate as a gauge of our economic health. The implication is that there are too many people competing for not enough jobs. And while there's truth to that narrative, it's only half the story. The other half of the story is that there are jobs out there. There are millions of jobs out there. The problem is that there aren't enough qualified workers to fill the jobs that exist. So right now, 75% of all open positions in the United States, that's 25 million jobs, are within reach for economically disadvantaged population that has traditionally been shut out of the labor market. All it takes for them to get into those jobs is a high school diploma and a few months or even a few weeks of job training. So when you look at the labor market segmented by skill level, the middle skill job market makes up almost half of available jobs in the country. When you look at the low skill and high skill level jobs, there's clearly an overabundance of supply. But when you look at middle skill jobs, there's a significant gap in qualified workers to fill the positions that exist. So providing upskilling opportunities to low-skilled workers not only creates meaningful opportunity for employers, for communities, for states, and for our country from an economic perspective, it also provides the potential to create meaningful social change for economically disadvantaged individuals who are striving to go from economic distress to economic stability and potentially even economic mobility. So what industries have the highest demand? The labor market speaks for itself. The highest demand is in healthcare, it's in manufacturing, it's in skilled trades. So I want to talk you through just a few statistics that are pretty compelling. When you look at the healthcare industry, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, caregiver jobs are the fastest growing jobs in the country. I will back up there, with a growth rate of 26%. That's nearly 4 times the national average for job growth. But healthcare support workers are very difficult to find and keep, within many agencies reporting churn rates in the 80 to 90% in the first 3 months and triple digits over the annual rate. Now, skilled trade, jobs in the construction industry and the skilled trades are among the fastest growing in the country, but hundreds and thousands of these jobs are going unfilled due to a wave of retirees in the skilled trades venues. They have an anemic pipeline of younger workers to replace them. Manufacturing is perhaps the most critical shortage. Pundits predict that nearly 60% of available jobs, that's more than 2 million jobs over the next decade, will go unfilled. And employers that are lucky enough to have employees to fill these positions cite lack of digital literacy, lack of problem solving, and lack of professional skills like timely on-time attendance as some of their biggest workforce challenges. So what is Graduation Alliance doing to fill this, this need? We have a three-pronged approach. First of all, education. Graduation Alliance leverages systemic funding sources to provide high school completion programs for both teens and adults in a flexible online and supported environment. Second, skills acquisition. We've developed a proprietary suite of career-ready life skill certificates that work in place of a resume for first-time job seekers. These certificates validate that individuals have the professional skills that employers are looking for, and that employees need to not only get the job, but to keep it. And these certificate programs count for credit toward the high school diploma, as do the job training programs, which is the third prong. So Graduation Alliance delivers a set of industry-recognized credentials in high-demand sectors in a fully online or mostly online environment. These programs leverage the power of online learning to break down traditional barriers to upskilling and reskilling this population. And our innovative partnerships with employers that are hungry for a qualified workforce means that these programs are within reach for individuals who are willing to work hard to support themselves and their families. This three-pronged approach to workforce preparation accomplishes two primary goals. First, it improves the quality and the quantity of candidates for employers. And second, it creates new pathways of opportunities for job seekers to obtain family-sustaining wage employment. So through education, through skill acquisition and job training, Graduation Alliance is bridging the gap between the millions of underqualified employees and the millions of middle-skill jobs that are currently available and just waiting to be filled. Thank you very much.